Alrighty, hello. We're in the fourth music recommendation and the second one for this week, because we need to catch up on the month that we did not record. So, I guess off of the back of the last one, which we finished off with Toro et Moi, I went straight into Nick Murphy, Music for Silence. I'd already listened to this project before. I really just wanted to keep kind of going with, I guess, the ambient electronic sounds. Even though that, as far as I can remember, there aren't too many electronic sounds in this Nick Murphy project. But I think I just needed chill vibes, I think is what I'm getting at. And I thought it was pleasant. It was my second listen. So I think I was really just dialing into the sounds I'd already heard and really letting them sit with me. My sister's a big Nick Murphy and Chet Faker fan. So I think it was only a matter of time before I got around to Music for Silence. But I've listened to a lot of his Chet Faker names, music. So, when going into his album Thinking in Textures as Chet Faker, I already kind of found a lot of tracks that I knew, and I thought it was just pretty good. I don't think I'm a massive fan of Chet Faker, but I feel like I know his sound so intimately just because of how much it's been played around me. And so there's almost like a piece of nostalgia attached to his kind of music. If you haven't checked out Nick Murphy or Chet Faker, either of those names, they are the same person if you can't already tell, I would recommend doing so. Yeah. Next up, Smino. Talking of big releases in the last video, Smino released a project that was called Maybe in Nirvana. I've only listened to it once, but sound like more Smino, and I liked it. I think I do need to revisit, though, just to get a better sense of what that project is actually trying to communicate, but I like Smino. More Smino is good. I don't think I can ever really get Love for Rent sound out of my brain. I always just sometimes revisit that album, and I feel like it's one that kind of dips in and out of my favorite albums of all time. But yeah. Now, staying with the hip-hop kind of theme, we go to Westside Gunn. Boom, 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 boom. I fucking love his the fucking ad-libs. I think that's what they're called. The boom, 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 boom. Kind of sounds like I'm the Costco guys, but that's not what I'm trying to do. But I also love his skirt. And because of those things, I have just been meaning to get around to his actual projects themselves for a while. I've always heard singular tracks because Tyler might feature on them, so I just freaking listen because I like Tyler that much. But I also think after listening to Pray for Paris, I think I also just generally like Westside Gunn. I didn't like all the tracks from it, but I don't know. I feel like the production, the beats that he usually goes over are always they feel like Westside Gunn. And I think if you've listened to him before, or you're a fan of his work, I think you'd know exactly what I mean by that. I guess it kind of gives me the same vibe as how Freddie Gibbs always has, I feel like, great beat selection, and his flows are paired really well. So I think Westside Gunn does the same. And you might notice that across the 4 albums I just mentioned, I don't really have any favorites, just because none of them really stood out to me. Maybe if we go back to Thinking in Textures, Chet Faker, Cigarettes and Chocolate, or Terms and Conditions, I like those. Anyways, if we keep moving on, Lady Leshurr, Queen's Speech EP. That's been on my to listen list for a while. Was suggested to me by a work friend, Mads. So shout out Mads. I remember these tracks being really witty. I don't think I'd necessarily go back to them, but they're super witty. They're super funny. But yeah, it's essentially just like, it's just like pure, like bar after bar after bar. It's really a Queen's Speech. The 3 tracks I had liked were Queen's Speech 3, 5, and 1 million views. Now, if we head on over to Itchy and the Nits, something completely different. Some egg punk for you. Some Aussie egg punk. The album I listened to, or maybe it's an EP, The Worst of Itchy and the Nits. I thought it was great. I asked one of my friends, Daniel, to create an egg punk playlist. He still hasn't gotten back to me on that. And I looked through his own playlist and I was like, that's not quite what I want. I want like all egg punk. So yeah, I thought they were great. Egg punk is so snappy, especially in this project. All the tracks have like a 1 to 2 minute runtime, and they really just go in. Yeah, I love egg punk. I have a like of Khruangbin next, off the latest album SALA. I don't think I really vibed with the album as much as I thought I would. I guess with Khruangbin, their sound feels more generalized. Like it doesn't feel like I can pick out one song and like it. But I am going to their concert in a couple months, or next month, I can't remember. So I'm really excited about that, because I think their music is something that needs to be consumed like in person. The same way how I feel about Aussie rock. I just think instrumentation is better experienced live. Next up, Midair Thief, album called Crumbling. So I think I got put onto Midair Thief maybe by Fantano. I really don't know, but pretty sure they're a Japanese band. I didn't mind the sounds. I enjoyed it. But I don't think it was that memorable to me. Felt a little... Yeah, I don't think I could really say any more than that. There's a lot of, I guess, Japanese rock or like indie rock bands that I don't find that memorable, but are well regarded, or like I actually don't mind listening to. I just can't remember their tracks. But on the total opposite end of that, tracks I can remember are from a band called Maruja. You spell that Maruja. So it looks like Maruja, but it's Maruja. They don't have a big discography, but man, is it fucking good. They have 2 EPs, like 3 singles. Get on it, man. Get on it. Because that shit is fucking awesome. If you're a fan of Black Country New Road, these guys are a little punkier. But man, when they have like some jazz elements kick through, I feel like I'm ascending. It's awesome. I would highly recommend checking them out. I'm also looking at this runtime, and I think we might have to do a 3rd video. That's how much fucking music I've listened to in the last month. So I'm actually going to cap it off at Maruja, which is a great one to cap off at. Again, have a good morning, day, night, whatever it may be. And I'll catch you in the next one. We'll see if I even get it out, like, around this Christmas, New Year's time. All right, catch ya.